Hello and welcome to this lesson. In this particular lesson, we are going to be dealing with 7 quick last minute tips for the IBPS AFO exam, which is on Saturday. Okay, so what you should be doing, what you should not be doing, that is what we are going to discuss today. Now, be very watchful of the rules. Okay, so in English, you know that there are certain rules for each concept, especially around grammar and parajumbles. So revise the rules. I know you would have read them at some point and then you would have started practicing a lot, right? So now is the time to go back to the rules and ensure that you know them properly. Okay, revise them continuously. Last minute is usually always about revision. Now, the second point is that you should be having a clear strategy for each question type. Okay. Now, for every student, there is a different method. Okay, whatever he or she is comfortable with, stick to that strategy. Okay. Say, for example, in reading comprehension, what happens? Some students like to see the questions and then come to the passage. Some students like to see the entire passage quickly and then come to the question. Okay. There is no right or wrong method. The right method is the one that works for you. So do that. Yes, there is some optimum method. For example, I suggest that you read the passage very quickly and then get to the questions. But till date, if you have been reading the questions and then coming to the passage, and if you're comfortable doing that, fine, go ahead, do that. Okay. But have a clear strategy. You should not go into the exam hall without any proper strategy or plan in mind. The third point, stick to your preparation. You have been preparing in a certain way. You have a certain way of remembering things. You have a certain way of implementing things. Trust that. Stick to it. Okay. Usually the last day what happens is suddenly you might find that your friend is suggesting you something and you go into panic mode. That hey, that method is correct, I'm going to do that. This is not the time to experiment with your preparation. Okay. You have been following a particular method, it has been giving you results, stick to it. Okay. The fourth one, very important, this usually happens during the exam. What happens is that if you are seeing a few tough questions, suddenly your mind switches off and your instinct takes over. Okay, so you start picking answers based on what you feel is correct. You start forgetting the rules. Never get into that mode. However tough the paper might be, it is same for everyone, right? So always stick to the core rules, the core concepts, and then approach questions. Don't go into this might seem right. Don't go into that feeling. Okay. The moment you get into that, then you're falling into traps because those who are setting the paper, they know how your instincts work. Okay. So always remember to apply methods, apply concepts while you crack questions. Okay. Now, the fifth point, do not start any new topic. If you have say never touched a particular topic, this is not the time to start that. There is no time to master that concept. Instead, stick to revising whatever you know well. Strengthen those concepts further. Because irrespective of how difficult a question you might get from that particular topic which you know well, you will crack that question. Okay, so that should be your approach here. Okay, do not start any new topic. Now, please take a mock, at least one mock. Take more if possible, but take at least one. Don't read too much into the results. Don't become overconfident if you're scoring very well, or don't get demotivated if you are not doing well in that mock, because the difficulty level of the mock varies, right? So take it for sure so that you know how you are performing under a time constraint. It is very easy to be doing some practice questions when there is no time pressure. Now, suddenly in the exam, when there is time pressure, you should still be able to perform well and get the same results, right? So put yourself under time pressure. The best source here, just go to the iExamB website. There are hundreds of mocks and all of them are free. Just go there, take these mocks so that you practice under time constraint. Okay, extremely important. Now, the last point and the most important point, do not panic if you see any new pattern questions. If you see questions, of course, they are not going to be out of your syllabus. Only the method of asking is different in new pattern questions, right? End of the day, your core concepts are only going to be tested. So if you know that, why do you panic? If the paper is same for everyone, just approach with a cool head always. While answering, don't start thinking of the cutoff, the mains paper and all that, about other exams, because our mind wanders. Okay, so have that razor sharp focus that in this paper I'm going to do well. That should be your priority. Okay, also remember, nobody's preparation can be 100%. Nobody's. Even if you ask the rank 1 student that was he or she satisfied with his or her preparation, he or she will also give you a no. They will say that, hey, I could have done this, but I missed out. Okay, even rank 1 will say that. So nobody's preparation is 100%. Nobody is satisfied. So don't start getting these negative feelings that, oh, I should have studied this. Anyway, there is no use now. I haven't studied properly. Okay, don't start getting these thoughts, because nobody's preparation is 100%. When you get into the exam hall, your preparation should be the best. Okay, and your result and your performance there should be the best, is what I want to say. Okay, so perform well during the time of the exam. Don't think about, oh, I should have done this, I could have done that. Don't go into all that. Okay, don't have shut all these negative thoughts. Give the best, and I'm sure you'll do really well. Okay, all the very best. Stay focused, but stay calm at the same time, and I'm sure you'll crack it. Okay, do like the video, do comment if you have any questions, do subscribe to the channel, do hit the bell icon as well, so that whenever we have these lessons and videos coming up for you, you get a notification and you don't miss out on anything. All the very best once again. Bye bye.